there. Welcome to episode 10. It's a vibe check day. Here's the vibe check. Does this ever sound like you? I was late to the podcast because I had to do this thing. I had to drop this off, and then the car was almost out of gas because I didn't get gas last night because it was way too late after I went to the gym late last night. And then I had to take kiddo to swim practice, and then I spilled my drink because I was rushing around, and so I dropped it, and it was just a mess. And then I was home. There was a lot of traffic coming home. I got stuck. There was an ambulance or something. What a mess. I got to quick make dinner and right. I get stressed out just saying that out loud now, right? But for how many of us and for how long, that was my mental running list, right? That was the narrative. It was always this idea of I'm always a little bit behind. I always need to rush through what I'm doing to get to the next moment because there's always something else. And, the purpose of life is just to, bing, bang, boom, get through the stuff. Whew. Rushing around is the quickest way for me to slip back into old Sarah, no pun intended. That rushing around, I refuse to rush. I'm at a point in my positivity where I refuse to rush. I have slowed down to calm down. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I ran for a bus a couple weeks ago in Miami, and me and that spinner, we were sprinting up the hallways, and I rush if kid needs me outside and something's going on, like I got no problem rushing here or there in an urgent situation. But they're just the rush, the mental chatter that I used to have running in my head about what I need to do and where I need to go next, and always worrying, right? Always worrying, always placing a little bit of focus, stress on the future, like, oh, the traffic, and oh, I should grab a drink, and then I drop my drink. And do you ever notice how rushing? I know I do it. When I rush, I get more anxious. And then when I'm more anxious, I make mistakes. I drop things. I'm rude to people. I bump into something. Then I make more problems. Then I'm even slower and even later for wherever I was headed. Now I'm more upset because now I'm definitely going to be late. Oh, girl, that is just way too much. We gotta chill that out. Just like if you were playing a game, right? We can always go back to the sports analogy. If you were playing a game, you're going to take your shot. You're not going to rush. You're going to look at the field, whatever your sport is, right? You're going to look at the fields. You're going to look at your opponent. You're going to take your time. You're going to pick your moment, right? You're going to be patient for that. You're going to slow down. When you do your reps at the gym, right? We're not cranking them out as fast as we can. We're going slow. We're feeling every muscle. We're feeling every part of it. We're totally in the moment. How rushing around affects us and knocks us out of our positivity. It knocks us out of the present moment. We're rushing to get to the next moment because somehow that next moment is more important, or we're more worried, or we're anticipating a problem. We're putting our energy in the future and not in the present moment. And if you indeed have to rush to every single thing, if your schedule is so tight that you have to really rush to drop the kid off, to get to work, to pick up your parents, to do the thing, to get to whatever you have to do, if you sincerely have to rush and the time is so tight, you're doing too much. It's too much. And I know, listen, I got a lot of privilege. I understand that. But in general, you're doing too much. That is not sustainable. Something is going to burn out. You're going to break something. You're going to lose something. You are going to burn out. It's just not sustainable. And so if you sincerely have to rush to make all your commitments, you need to look at asking for help, finding a new job, asking a mom to pick up the kids from, practice or school, or making friends so that you have a social network so people can help you out. Other thing I would challenge you with is that so much of the rushing, like the examples that I've shared, it's not a matter of changing any of my behaviors. It's not a matter of quitting swim team, quitting my job. It's a matter of my attention and focus and what I tell myself, the stories I tell myself, and where I place my attention that changes it. So when we place our attention on the next thing, it's the future. We can change that. I might still have to go to the gym in the morning, go to work, take the kiddo to practice, come home, make dinner, do homework, put her to bed, right? All those things are true. I'm not going to quit any of those things. But it's very different when I take her, if you can't tell, we're in swim season. It's very different experience if I finish my workday, take her to practice, and while I am at swim practice, I sit there and enjoy that moment. I sit outside, I look at people, I watch the kids playing, I look at the birds, I read a book. That's a peaceful moment. I have just slowed down and built myself in a little peaceful pause, a little respite from the rushing. Or I could sit at swim practice and think, oh, okay, after this, I got to make dinner. And then after dinner, I'll do this. And then maybe she can read 2 books a day. Her reading scores were a little bit low. So maybe like, what, right? You could just sit there and spin. Those are two very different experiences, very different experiences. And some of that rushing, it's in our own heads. We're doing it to ourselves, and we can change that. So that's the idea for today. The idea is, do you have a full life or a busy life? Is your schedule sustainable? Do you need to rush as much as you rush? Oh, I got a quick pee. Go pee, go to the bathroom. I got to quick get ready. Go get ready. Take your time. Enjoy getting ready. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Quick, have a cup of coffee. Go have a cup of coffee. Relax. Be in that moment. So today's training, the training for the weekend, we're going to the weekend, right? Today's training for the weekend is to slow down. We're starting this on a weekend, not on a weekday. Refuse to rush this weekend. Refuse to rush. Don't overcommit yourself. Don't rush yourself in your head. Refuse to rush. That's the training for the day. I know you can do it. Oof, I got to go do something. All this Russian examples got me kind of stressed out. I love you. You're doing great. I will see you in episode 11.